All right, everyone, welcome back into another NFL DFS video. Going to begin into the core plays here for week 10. So just want to remind you guys, my whole emphasis on core plays is targeting the players that are going to have a nice, safe floor for you guys, that are not going to really let you down, and then also players that do have that high ceiling. So we kind of want to factor both of those in. We're not just focused on the ceiling. We're not just focused on the floor. We're mixing those in together to make a nice, safe core that also has the upside. So I will be starting off here with the quarterback position, going position by position. So let's start off here with the quarterback. So going down this list, it is nothing that's exciting just yet. There's some decent plays, some plays that are all right. But for me, when I was looking through it, the one player that stood out to me is going to be Carson Wentz, just given the matchup against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And we look at what he's done over the past few games, we can see 4 out of his last 5 games have been over 20 DK points. And the thing with him is he's really only had one letdown game thus far this season. At this price point, it should be a safe thing that he gets around 18 to 16 to 26 DK points. You know, we had that nice safe floor, but we also had that nice safe ceiling. The thing with Carson Wentz here is that, you know, he's been throwing a lot of touchdowns, hasn't had that many turnovers, and he has the potential to get a rushing touchdown as well. Going against the Jacksonville Jaguars, I do think, you know, it will be a little bit easier of a matchup. So I don't mind Carson Wentz this week. He's a player that you can easily fit into your builds at 5.9. That's a great price point. Then obviously we're going to roll with the cover boy here. Now, this is a little bit of a caveat because he is playing on Monday Night Football. Things could happen, which would make us adjust. But right now we can see those opportunities there for him, which are targets and rushing attempts. Those have been there for him. I mean, last game, 29. The game before that, 31. The opportunities have been there for Najee Harris. You get him in a plus matchup against the Detroit Lions, who have been, you know, just getting tore up via the run game. I really do like Najee Harris at the price point. I think we're going to be locking in like around 20 DK points here and like almost for sure 20 DK points here. So a nice safe floor of 40 DK points thus far. Now we move on into receiver. And one thing I've been really driving home on my weekly write-ups is that, you know, I'm going to hammer Keenan, and I've been doing this for like 2.5 years now with Keenan Allen, but really since Justin Herbert has taken over, it's like I am just hammering Keenan Allen until he is priced appropriately, and he still isn't. Okay, guys? I mean, the targets have been there all besides the Baltimore game, which was kind of just a random game. 5 targets. That was his least amount of targets in a Justin Herbert game. Other than that, he's averaging like 10 targets per game. So Keenan Allen just getting all these targets at 7K in a great matchup is just something I can't pass up on. We can see over 10 DK points in every game thus far this season as well, averaging 17.3 DK points. Honestly, I just don't get why he's been disrespected this much in DFS really over the past year, 2 years now. Something I'm just going to keep hammering home until he like lets me down, and he just hasn't done that really over the past 2 years. So I'm going to keep hammering him home. And then just 2 kind of value plays here with the defense and tight end. I actually do like Josiah DeGuara for the Green Bay Packers. Now, he only had 2 targets last week, but he was able to convert that to 3.6 DK points. With tight end and defense, I'm really looking for either a stud that's like a locked in value, or I'm looking for a value tight end play that should score points. You know, we don't want to take a 0 out of position, but typically speaking, the edge that you gain is going to be on the positional players and the quarterbacks. Tight end and defense are just ones in which you don't want to be hurting yourself. So I think DeGuara, who, you know, probably going to be taking over more for that Robert Tonyan role, especially with Aaron Rodgers hopefully back next week. There's a little bit of caveat there. We do want Aaron Rodgers back next week. I do think there's going to be a decent amount of targets for him. You know, maybe 3 targets for 6 DK points. We'll take that. At the end of the day, I think he's going to be scoring DK points, and that is something that, you know, is going to be good enough for us. And then just looking at defense. Now, I know I just said I love Carson Wentz, but you know, he is a little bit turnover prone. We'll take a couple of sacks. And the Jacksonville Jaguars are a team that haven't went negative since week 1 against the Houston Texans. So they are an intriguing defense, especially just, you know, doing well against the Buffalo Bills. And we can see against Seattle, against the Miami Dolphins, they did give up a lot of points. Against the Tennessee Titans, they did give up a lot of points, but they didn't go negative. And so my strategy with defense each and every week is target the lowest price defense that we know is not going to go negative. Because a lot of times people will focus on like a 3K defense or a 4K defense that's going to get them 5 or 10 DK points, which that difference can be made up by paying up for a better stud on the slate. So you can save like $1,000 and pay up for a better stud, you know, increase that floor of your lineup a lot more. So That's what I'm going to be looking at with the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is kind of my first look build as well. We can fill that in as the week goes on. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe. If you guys want to join 9 to 5 Nation, we got the lineup optimizers, the projections, the data out there for you as well. You can find that in the link in the description below. But hopefully you guys enjoy this. Let's have a good weekend as always, guys. Let's keep cashing.